welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today I will be doing a Whip Chat. If you don't know what Whip Chat stands for, Whip stands for Work in Progress, and what that normally means is that you can bring out your own whips, or if you want, you could do other things like chores, drive around, just sit on the couch doing absolutely nothing while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. With that being said, I know I didn't really have a Whip and Chat last week. I had a tag video instead. It came in just in the nick of time because I got a notice that I have a surprise family member, but we'll talk more about that anyway. I'm sure you guys noticed that I have a new project going on. I am working on, let me pull this out, The Beekeeper by Raven Phelan. It's from Diamond Art Club. It's square, and it's 51 by 71 centimeters or 20 by 28 inches. And this has about 45 colors. And we have 4 ABs in this, no fairy dust. So, but I am doing this for the Be Happy Diamond Paint Along, as you can see with this little cover minder that I have. And then of course I have this little bee one right here. Oh, they're so cute. So I have these little cover minders right here to kind of help me be all cheerful and stuff. I just didn't feel like working on my Muka. I'm still working on it. It's going slow, but I was like, been working on this kind of slowly as well with the last week and everything. So, but I'm now getting back in the groove and working on it. I mean, I really like how this eye has came out. Like, it looks really good. I like all the colors of this. But yeah, let's I guess we can get started with everything. So hope all of you are doing well. I am feeling exhausted, to be honest. It has been a very exhausting week. But yeah, so some of the things that's been happening was like, I was just like, what I was planning to like kind of talk about and stuff before I got rudely, not rudely, but got surprised by a family visit was, so if you guys do not know, so I do like Flossie Fox Shop. She is doing a stitch along. So she has another stitch along coming up. And I decided I'm going to go and participate, but not doing cross stitch. I'm going to do it as a diamond painting. So Jade, from Jade at Gem Shop, she gotten like not the pattern, but like basically the details, the floss details, and the size of the canvas, and did the cross stitch conversion. So I ordered the cross stitch conversion kit. So I got the canvas, I've got the drills. That will be coming whenever. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about it. I'm like, yay! So I got that, and then of course the pre-order for the pattern came out just recently, so I've already gotten that ordered, so that way it'll be released over a period of 6 months, so each little part and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about being able to do that, and I think that will be a good stepping stone for me, especially since I have that huge one that I ordered. So definitely probably want to practice on something a little tinier instead, for sure. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see. So I'm gonna be doing that. Some other news too. So I say we. I'm going to the Crafters Paradise retreat again next year. So got my confirmation and all that. So I'm so excited. I get to go to the retreat again next year. I'm like, yes, yay! And then speaking of retreats, there's another retreat that's close by here that just opened up. And I just signed up for the Facebook page for it and everything. So I am hoping to go to that one when the sign-ups and stuff get ready. I asked my husband if it was okay, and he's like, yep, you need to go out and be social. I'm like, wait, That sounds like a dig towards me. He's like, no, you just need to be more social. You just need to talk to more people. I'm like, okay, I'll talk to more people. So definitely gonna try and get into that one. I don't know if I will be able to, but you never know. I mean, like a lot of people dropped out of the Paradise one, so we'll see about this one. So cross your fingers. All right, maybe I'll get lucky, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so just was like getting all prepped, and then we were planning to go to the shelter, not last weekend, but the weekend before. So right after 4th of July, we were planning to go on July 5th. We were doing all this. We were like, okay, I think it's time to get a kitty. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And then July 3rd, I get a phone call from my dad. And he's all like, hey, you ready for me? And I'm just like, wait, what? And he goes, yeah, I'm packing up right now and I'm leaving to get down to there. And I'm like, because we were discussing about him coming to visit around his birthday and all that. And but he was like telling me he wasn't sure if he was going to make it because of a certain coworker, but he never really gave me the time, like what he was actually planning on coming, when he was planning on coming down here. And the plans were to have him come down here to help like install some things and stuff like that, but we just couldn't really go for it at the time. So. And I was like, well, you're not going to be really doing anything except resting, which, he definitely deserves some rest. But it was like, it was a huge surprise. And my husband and I don't do like changes really well. We like to have things planned out. He and I are both hermits. I guess this is why he says I need to be more sociable. And I just, I do not like plans changing automatically and stuff like that. So, but the change for the kittens got delayed, of course. And we're like, because I didn't feel like comfortable getting kittens when, my dad's here and, having that plus, new kitties and stuff like that. So we're like, okay, we'll do this another time. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, he came down later that evening. The kids were still awake and they were so excited to see their pawpaw. They were just ecstatic. So yeah, he spent about a week with us. And it's so funny because like when he told us the news, my husband and I automatically was like, oh God, we got to go emergency grocery shopping because we weren't really planning on doing anything. So, but we wanted to also make sure he had some decent food and stuff like that. So we did steak for 4th of July instead of like hamburgers and stuff like that. And then like since the last time he saw me, I was still sick. So when he visits down here, it was after my surgery last year in June. And then when I went to see him in October, I just finished like one of my rounds of one of my infusion rounds. So yeah, so he didn't see me, more active and, energetic and stuff like that. So I wanted to show him, hey, look, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm able to cook and stuff like that, especially since he always brags about how he's a good cook and how men are superior in the kitchen and stuff like that. And I was just like, well, I'm really good at cooking now. Like I've got some years underneath my belt, and I wanted to show him, hey, look. So I was going to make shrimp pasta. Silly me. I didn't finish looking up all the ingredients. Well, like I assumed we had certain ingredients. We didn't have Parmesan. And that was what was needed to help. The pasta tasted good. It just needed that Parmesan. It just needed a little bit, just a little bit of extra oomph. And the Parmesan was it. I was so mad at myself because I was like, I didn't want him to be all like, I told you so, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff, and I'm just like, and so. But yeah, but he seemed to enjoy it. He wolfed it down, so at least that was something. Oh man, so yeah, it was interesting, cause he slept downstairs on the air mattress. We offered him the couch, but he was fine with that. He had his own CPAP machine down here and everything. Um, well, actually, it's a BiPAP, not a CPAP. So, but. But yeah, he spent the entire week. He got to experience 4th of July down here. It was a lot quieter though here. Usually I'm used to fireworks, a couple weeks before 4th of July, and then I'm used to it like just going off for a few more weeks after. It was silent for a good for a good portion, until like the day before 4th of July. We got a little bit, not a lot of fireworks on that, just a couple of sounds, and that was it. But nothing, nothing like crazy like before. But yeah, he was surprised. So he was like wondering if we had like a show or something like that we go to, and we're like, nope, we just stay home and watch the neighbors set them off, because this is a big neighborhood. So we just kind of watch the neighbors set off the fireworks, and that's pretty much it. We're like right on the outskirts of, we're technically within city limits, but we're also not within city limits. So technically you're not supposed to be shooting fireworks, but half of the neighborhood is outside the city limits, so it's very it's very convoluted. So half the neighborhood has the okay, but the other half doesn't. But most of the neighborhood does. And we just kind of just stare out, watch people, and as long as they're not being idiots. Of course, this year we had like new neighbors and stuff like that, and oh my god, we had some idiots. And it's always funny because we always have a police car coming through the neighborhood, and people stop shooting off fireworks when he drives by, and he does nothing. It's literally like they're doing a checklist, like, yep, I drove through the neighborhood, and that's it. I don't condone people shooting off fireworks or anything like that. I want people to be absolutely safe. Follow the rules, please. Absolutely, please follow the rules. I just watch it because it brings the kids joy, and it's the only way the kids are getting to experience some fireworks, because we hate driving out like an hour or 30 minutes in battling traffic. So it's just easier just to have the kids sit down and watch some fireworks, and then when they get tired of all the noise and racket, they just go inside, and that's pretty much it. That's what happened. Like Jaina stayed outside the entire time while it was going off, and Michael and Nicole actually excused themselves early. Like the smoke was getting to Nicole, and the noise was getting to Michael, so they both went inside and got ready for bed and everything like that. So, but yeah, my dad was very surprised. So we just kind of stood out there watching stuff. We ate watermelon. I gave the kids like glow sticks and things like that to play around with. And yeah, so anyway, kids already went inside. I told the kids it was like bedtime by that point. I was outside with my friend, my next door neighbor, and we're just chit-chatting. We're catching up. We're still staring at stuff. We're trying to play catch up because we haven't seen each other. She works and everything. So, and one of our neighbors, he, I don't know if they were on something or what, but they were like holding the fireworks and, not really aiming them correctly. They were like going over our houses and stuff, and we're like, can you be careful? That kind of stuff. And he shoots off this firework, and it goes towards our neighbor's house, like next to me, like my neighbor next to me, not her house though, but my other neighbor. And we're just like, we looked at each other and noped out of there. We're like, no, 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 no. Luckily, they stopped right after that, but I was just like, you guys are... Because I was just like, I was about to give them what for. I'm like, no, no more. Because they were like, hey, we're gonna really shoot these off, when someone shows up. And it was already like 10:30. It's like, I think someone told them, hey, don't do that. It's already, after hours. So, but yeah, so after that whole fiasco, oh man, we got inside. I kind of text my neighbor a little bit more, and that was pretty much it. And then we were surprised that we actually heard some fireworks throughout the weekend, but not a lot. And it's pretty much died down, which, like I said, I'm really surprised about, because this place here that I live in, they shoot off quite a bit for a long time, and they didn't do it as much as they did and like they do in the past previous years, which I am very grateful for, because it's just like, okay, you guys can do it for like 1 or 2 nights, but please, 2 weeks before 4th of July and 2 weeks after, it's like, just stop. I mean, like, call me a fuddy-duddy or anything, but I just think it's ridiculous to keep going on that long. So that's all. Let's see. But yeah, we didn't get to go to the shelter, which was fine, so that was okay. I've been staring at the kitties the whole time, just kind of staring at what they've been doing, and just oohing and eyeing. My dad said we could go, but I'm like, no, we're gonna stay home. It doesn't sound fair. Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. One of my kids had to ask me a question. I asked them to knock on the door if they needed me, and yeah, I had to answer stuff. So anyway, so that was it for like 4th of July and all that fun stuff. I guess they timed it perfectly. But yeah, so during the weekend, I noticed something with my light pad here. So my light pad started flickering and stuff. It's like so it's my... Goodness, what size is it? It was an A3, and this is the second time that I have been dealing with my light pad. Basically the wiring in it's just for me shifting it back and forth to get underneath the canvas and stuff like that. It just started getting a little mad at me. And everything, it's just like the wiring got loose and everything. I mean, it still worked. It was more of a frustration than anything else. And my husband surprised me because I started griping about it. I tend to do it stuff, like, especially when I'm like diamond painting and it just does this little flickering motion, and I'm just like, this is annoying, like that. So he surprised me with buying, so I have an A2 upstairs. What he did was he bought the same exact model that I have upstairs for the downstairs area. So where I diamond paint in 2 areas, sometimes 3 or 4, but usually if I'm down doing those other 2 areas, it's usually just the projects that I'm working right here, I move them, in those areas instead. So yeah, he surprised me with that. With that light pad. So now I have a brand new light pad, and I like it a lot. So I mean, I already like the one that I had upstairs, so I was really happy about this, especially with this size. I don't have to move my diamond painting at all. I just gotta move myself. So I'm on a rolling chair, so I can just roll over to whenever I need to work on the next section here. So I like that a lot. I did say, I'm like, well, when I start on Carlac, though, I'm going to have to move that Carlac diamond painting. He goes, yeah, well, that thing's massive. I'm like, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, sir. So yeah. So I was just, so that was something nice and surprising. And then, of course, I got the reminder of, later on, because with Prime Day and stuff like that coming up, we had basically like, oh, here's a school supply list, because for us, school's actually starting pretty soon, and it's in a few weeks and everything, so the kids aren't excited. I can't blame them, to be honest, but you know, they're not, they're really not excited. But yeah, so I already started doing the school supplies for them. Like while my dad was here, like I was just shopping and talking to him. It was really nice having him around. The kids really loved being able to interact with him. Michael loved my dad. Like, okay, so Michael is a 10-year-old boy, right? Michael, you know what 10-year-old boys like to do. They love a good fart joke. They love a good poop joke, right? My dad has never outgrown that phase, ever. I mean, like, so does my husband. My husband will joke around sometimes, but he knows to rein it in. My dad doesn't. So, oh my goodness, Michael and him were just, it was like my dad was a 10-year-old boy again. and my dad was all like, I found my companion. And they were just like, oh man, it was just, it was hilarious. And then like when my dad, but the worst part is my dad doesn't just make the jokes, he does the jokes. So he does the whole pull my finger bit, but he'll actually let one. Sorry about that, TMI. If that grosses you, believe me, it grosses me out too. So, but oh man, Michael. He loved every minute of it with my dad. I showed my kids that my dad is very ticklish in one spot, but only for like less than 5 seconds. Because my dad does the whole mind over matter and stuff like that. I'm extremely ticklish. All 3 of my kids are extremely ticklish. One of the things is I do stop tickling my kids when they beg me to stop. My dad's not really one of those people. So I did warn them. I'm like, if you attack my dad, there's a good chance that he's not going to stop tickling for a while. So I'm letting you know, I'm warning you. This is your warning. But I did show him where he was ticklish. But my dad was actually, pretty good. He didn't go after them like he used to when I was a kid. So I'm like, well, thank you, but goodness gracious, Dad. What the heck? So, but they had fun, the twins especially, and then Nicole kind of hung out, a lot more downstairs. She kind of hung around and was, she was being very cheerful, and having being able to talk around. I knew that like once after he left though, like when the whole week was done, she kind of stayed in her room for a few days, which I get. She was like, okay, I'm socialed out. I'm like, yeah, that's okay. You can do that. And she's been practicing on her clarinet. She hasn't really practiced on her bassoon. She says that she's having trouble like blowing into it. So, well, I want to be able to get her some lessons on that. But that's pretty good. I was pretty excited about that. But while my dad was here, we also went to go to the park, and then right after there's like a snow cone place close by, so we went and got some snow cones for the kids and my dad as well. We did this last time too. When he was down here, we got him snow cones, so it was just like, I feel like this is just going to become a tradition until the kids outgrow this, so that's the thing. But oh yeah, so yeah, school shopping. So I already got the kids their backpacks. I am waiting to place an order with Target this weekend for the rest of their school supplies, which is great because I also now just got the list for Nicole's supply list, and I am just confounded by the list this year. So last year, all three of them were supposed to have earbuds, And in Nicole's case, she was supposed to have wireless earbuds, that it was allowed, and, Bluetooth allowed, right? This year, all of them says they have to be headphones, wired in headphones, no Bluetooth. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? I can't even use the same stuff that I've got last year. Now I gotta buy brand new stuff. And the kids are not nice with headphones. With the earbuds, at least those survive. They have been surviving. The earbuds have survived for actually, a year. But when they have their headphones, that stuff gets destroyed quickly. So, and even with Nicole's class, like she's going to be an 8th grader and they want her to have headphones plugged in with, with it being wired and no Bluetooth connection. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to argue, but geez, this is ridiculous. And then of course, I'm just like, is she going to actually have a locker this year? Because the last 2 years, she hasn't been given a locker, and their excuse is there's just not enough, and only 8th graders can have lockers. But the wording that I gotten on the web page today makes it sound like she is carrying her backpack, because it says all students must have this in their book bags at all times, and it even said that for 8th grade, her 8th grade supply list. And I'm just like, what is the point of having a locker if you guys aren't going to let them use it? Sorry, I know I'm a little complainy. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's just a little frustrating. But otherwise, it's just I am waiting for the end of this week to place an order with Target and everything. I'm trying to find the best deals. Gonna get ready to start shopping for shoes for all 3 of them. I already had to buy new clothes for Jaina. Jaina outgrew her brand new shorts, and it was crazy because like she was literally wearing these shorts, and they fit her fine. And then I kid you not, 1 week later, they did not fit her, both in the waist and also in the length. Like she shot up, and it's no surprise because she's been complaining about her legs hurting for about a month now, and we're been telling her to ice it and rest her legs and stuff. Sorry about the noise. All right, let's see, what color do I want? I'm gonna go with blues. So yeah, it was no surprise, but at the same time, like, oh my goodness, I literally bought you these clothes not even 2 months ago before school ended, and now you shot up that fast. So yeah, kids, all of them are growing like weeds. I'm just like, goodness gracious. So had to get her new shorts. She asked if she can get like a pair of skirts, and we're like, okay, sure, why not? And they're stretchy, so hopefully they kind of will stay with her for a little bit. Cross your fingers, But yeah, so that's something. And then, on Saturday, when my dad was here, my dad saw my stash hallway and stuff like that. I no longer have a stash hallway. I was kind of kidding on the Crafter's Den, which I will have a link down below. Maybe that'll work, hopefully, I don't know. Cross your fingers. So I was kind of joking around with some people, because they were saying that their stash has kind of overrun their closet, and I said, do what I do, just have a stash hallway. But well, I don't really have a stash hallway anymore. Well, I do, but I also have a stash closet. And now I have a stash front door. So it's kind of gotten a little bit out of control. A little bit. But I did kind of go out of control with when with the whole tariffs and stuff like that. Like I bought stuff to kind of stock up and things like that. But now it's like, okay, I'm going to calm down. I got to calm down. So but I did buy last week. Well, not last week, but when my dad was here and everything, I bought some diamond paintings there were some things that came back in stock, and I was just like kind of hovering in between it and about getting that or not. And then something came in, like one of the new releases, one of the Yumeis was like a new release, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I got Powered by Firefox, which is that cute little fox, so it's like a browser kind of thing. I don't use Firefox anymore. I used to, I actually used it as recently as this year. I stopped using it. I'm like on a new browser now, but kind of stopped it like maybe around March, I want to say. But it's still cute. It was adorable. So someone mentioned that they hope she has like a whole series of it, and I agree. I would like to have a whole series, just like her glass instrument series. And then I got let's see, Magic Moon Witch, I think, by Rita Konya. So I was kind of like hovering between on getting this or not. And I decided what cement the deal was. I really regret not getting Luna Moth Witch. And Magic Moon Witch has moths in it. It's just not Luna moths, but I still like it. And it has purple tones and stuff like that. And I was just like, yeah, I'd be really sad if this gets discontinued. And her artwork seems to get archived/discontinued a lot. I'm like, I'm going to get this. So that's what I did. I bought it and everything. So I was like, okay. So it got delivered while my dad was here. And he's just like, he goes, you have a problem. I'm like, shh. We don't have a problem. We don't have a problem. So yeah. But yeah, just like gotten that, and then of course like Wednesday, he left like Wednesday evening, which made sense because he didn't want to drive traffic and stuff like that. But Wednesday, those Christmas in July kits came out, and I wasn't going to buy them. But then I used my points. So I didn't buy them. I used my points. So I used my points and just paid for the shipping and everything. So they just got delivered this week. So actually like on Sunday. So I thought that was kind of cool. So wait, no, Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, not Sunday. What? UPS doesn't come on Sundays. Not normally. But yeah, I got those delivered on Saturday. And along with, so one of my good friends, Charmaine, sold me her Elsa diamond painting, the really big one, the one that's the size of Carlac about. And so I got that, and it came in the same day too. So it was like I had 2 packages, and my husband looked at me, and I was just like, "I love you." He goes, "I love you too," and he walked away. I was just like, he knew I had them. I let him know. I always let him know when I order. I don't like making it a like surprise, like that. So he knows whenever I order a diamond painting. So, but still, he likes to give me guff. I mean, like, he supports me with my diamond painting habits, but he does let me know if he thinks it's getting out of control. Like, he has told me in the past, like, hey, I think we need to rein this down. And I'm like, okay, I hear you loud and clear, yada, 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 that kind of stuff. So, and, I make sure things are, taken into account. We look over stuff. So, but yeah, I have to rein stuff in now. So right now, cross your fingers that they don't release anything. He says it's okay with Chrisabug and stuff like that from Diamond Art Club. But if it's like from Jaded Gem Shop, I can hold off, which is true. I can hold off. Let's see. Also on Wednesday was my dad's birthday. Oh man, this was funny. So Wednesday, oh my goodness. We got cake for him. We decided to also make ribs and all that stuff. And we had to take Nicole to her checkup. So she had to get her shots, but they didn't have her shots in, and they rescheduled that. So we're gonna have to go in another time to get her shots, which she is not happy about. I understand that. So, but we're getting her back on track and stuff like that. She's been dealing with some stuff, and she wanted to talk to her doctor about. So we got that all checked up on for her, and then we got home and started prepping for my dad's birthday and everything. And it was so funny because we decided to celebrate it on Tuesday since he was leaving Wednesday. So doctor's appointments, come home, we're making ribs, all that fun stuff, and oh my goodness. So we got him a cake, right? We ordered the cake and everything, and we brought it home. You know, he got to see it. My husband's asked me, like, what's your dad's favorite color? I'm like, he likes red, you know, just like my husband does, you know, well, Michael used to like red, but now he's partial to blue, so his taste has changed. Luckily, he hasn't complained about his red bedroom, because we did ask him, like, are you sure you want red? When he was like, goodness, this was back when he was in kindergarten, first grade. I'm like, you sure you want red? Because you're going to be stuck with this color for a bit. I mean, like, we're willing to change the color eventually, just not right now. So, but yeah, we got the cake. We lit the candles and everything, because. But we have been having the fan on because it's been so hot here. Like, it's been in the 90s plus and everything. And we're singing happy birthday, going into the living room for my dad and everything. And then all of a sudden the candles go out because my husband walks underneath the ceiling fan, and the ceiling fan just puffs them out. And my husband just looked so bewildered. I died laughing. I'm like, well, I guess the fan decided that it wanted to blow your candles out. I'm like, we offered to relit the candles and everything, and my dad's like, nah, I'm good. He's like, my wishes have already come true. I wanted to see you guys. I'm like, aw. But it was funny. Like I said, I died laughing from that. Like, it was hilarious. So yeah, we got to have cake. The kids actually ate too much, and they had a bit of a tummy ache that night. So, you know, we had to keep an eye on them. Jana asked to bring a bowl upstairs. We're like, okay, you know, being a little dramatic. She didn't get sick at all. We had a feeling it's just, you know, was just a little bit too much, because she was fine for hours after the cake thing, but she was just like, I'm going to bring it up there. I think I will. I'm like, all right, you know, we're not going to argue. So yeah, but the kids enjoy the fact that my dad was here, and I'm glad that he was able to come down here, especially since there's a chance he might not be able to for a while with some of his coworkers' situations and stuff like that. So he's doing, you know, he's doing what he can. So that, and then that, there we go. Let's see. I was asked before, like, why do I do this? I'm just used to it. I remember watching Tiny Worlds of Wonder when she was, like, saying how to make straight square drills and stuff like that. And it was supposed to also be on the side, and I used to do it on the side as well, like how I did here. But eventually I've gotten to the point where I feel comfortable just doing it like this, but I still do it like this way on the bottom. And in my mind, it's like, it makes me feel like it does make my lines straighter. And it doesn't make them look like they aren't all uniform. I like the fact that they're not like, you know, you see these huge lines kind of thing. So in my mind, it makes it better. So it's just at that point, it's like, it's ingrained to me. So, but yeah, that's all. That's why I do that. But let's see. So I'm sure you guys have all heard by a few people at this point about K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm sure you're like, oh no, not you too. Yes, me too. So we had a watch party, and I've already watched it by myself once before the watch party, and I loved it. I was trying to get the kids to watch it. They refused to watch it. They were like, "No, this looks lame. It looks stupid," you know. And after I watched it, I was like, "Oh, I think like I really thought Nicole would love it, and I thought Jana might like it or might be interested in it." And I just got a whole bunch of, "No, it looks lame," like that. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And I missed the first watch party with my friends because I had my in-laws over that day, and I didn't want to be rude and just watch a movie with my friends while my in-laws were here. So I skipped out on that, but I was able to watch it a second time before my dad got here. Was like luckily I got to watch that, so I was like I really enjoyed that, and was like talking to some people. We were like posting gifs and stuff like that during the movie, especially during certain scenes, so it was really enjoyable. And then like after my dad left, Nicole surprised me. She's like, she said she would be agreeable to watch K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm like, really? She goes, yeah. There's a couple of songs that I've already heard on my thing, and they sound pretty cool. So yeah, sure, I'll watch it with you. So I'm like, yes. So and then Jana also agreed. Michael, he was not having it. He's like, nope, So, he stepped out. So while we were eating dinner, we watched K-pop Demon Hunters. So, and my kids, they like it. They like it. Nicole was all like, well, that wasn't as lame as I thought it was going to be. She was trying to be all her aloof self and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, gee, thanks, right? And but then later on, she's like, I really like it. And she's actually asked if we could watch the movie again sometime this week. So we're going to probably watch it sometime this week. But yeah, and oh, speaking of other stuff, so when my dad was here, my husband gotten like this Star Wars Lego figurine from like him or from my sister, from someone as a Christmas gift. And he hasn't had a chance to put it together. But since my dad likes Legos and Michael likes putting things together, he thought it would be a good bonding activity for my dad and Michael to like build this set together. So they spent like 4 days working on this, like, doing it, because there was like 5 bags. So they spent, basically working a bag at a time. One day they actually worked on two bags, so which is why it took 4 days, and they had fun working together and everything, and Michael felt really proud about working with that. And my dad kind of talked about Star Wars, because my dad is obsessed with Star Wars. I used to be, but there's reasons why I kind of fell out of the fandom. But I decided to pull up the first movie, so episode 1. Not the first movie, but, like episode 1 instead. I figured that would be a good introduction for the kids to watch. Let them, I felt like they were old enough to watch Star Wars at this point to kind of understand the whole storyline and stuff like that. And it seems like Jana was more into it than Michael was, but Michael liked some of the action scenes, of course, and everything. And then this weekend, yesterday actually, we watched the second movie. So I'll have to let my dad know that we did watch the second movie, and oh my god, my son's like, ew, kissing, because Anduin and Padme kissing and everything, and we, of course, my husband and I had to make fun of the sand scene. We're like, oh, that scene, I don't know why, it kills me every single time. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. We are now into Monday, and tomorrow's my husband's birthday. So, So yeah, his birthday's on Tuesday. So you'll be seeing this on his birthday. We don't really have any plans to do anything for his birthday. This man is just an enigma. He does so much for my birthday, and I keep going, what would you like to do? What would you like me to make? And instead he wants to make his own food on his birthday. Like he wants, to do grilling or something like that. And I'm just like, I'm willing to make you meatloaf or shepherd's pie, some of his favorite meals. I'm like, let me make you something. And it's just like, no. Of course he doesn't want cake. He doesn't really like cake. I'm like, let's get pie, let's do something. We don't have to be all traditional. This man. And I'm just like, you just watch, I'm going to do something for you. So but we are going to be doing something hopefully later on today. The kids don't know this, but there's a chance that we might be able to go to the shelter. I don't know if we will. But cross your fingers. So, might look at some kitties and stuff like that. I would love to look at them and pet them, and oh my goodness, I just love them so much. But yeah, just pretty much some of those things that are happening this week. But I would love to be able to get through the rest of this. I'm like already on the 4th row, and there's 3 more rows left after this. So I'm pretty much at the halfway point. So hopefully by next week, unless things change, I might be done with this. Maybe I was really slow with my diamond painting. I felt weird diamond painting with my dad here. I kind of spent most of my time in the living room talking with him and doing stuff and things like that. And we played games. We've been playing one of the new card games that we bought, but we haven't really had a chance to play until recently, called Axolotl. And oh my goodness, it's a fun game. So but anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I see you in the next video. Bye!